Anakin, drop! No! Tell them to take off!
What is up, everybody? My name is Fatal J. His name is Dimajinai, and I am from another country. I have seen that this Snyder Cut thing has came out, and it is driving people crazy and mad. We got 12 people in the chat right now. How is everybody doing? Dimajinai, how are you doing?
Demogeni is doing pretty good today. At least I can move my arm. The other day, your boy couldn't move his arm. I mentioned this on my chat yesterday. So that's why you haven't seen me for a couple days. But things are going well now. And by the way, stay tuned, everybody, for tomorrow's Demogeni video. I have a special treat for everybody. So make sure you have that up. It's already recorded. I just have to upload it to YouTube. So I'll probably be doing that maybe tomorrow morning. But that's neither here nor there. I see the Snyder Cut is a big deal for everybody. I know you've been big on it. You know, I'll put my disclaimer out there now. While I am a DC, I enjoy DC. I'm not like big on DC like that. I was a little bit more of a Marvel guy, but I still appreciate DC.
And that's okay.
And you know, I appreciate what you guys do. Like, y'all went hard for it. It's kind of similar to what happened with Sonic, where the studio went ahead and listened to the fans, aka your paying customers, and did right by them. So let's see. I want to see. Look, I'm gonna see this, whether I have to swim in the ocean or however means. I'm gonna see it because it's gonna be newsworthy. So I'll check it out. And we'll move along from there.
Bro, the hype behind this movie is so freaking huge. It's unbelievable. Before we get in that, we supposed to see who all up is in this piece. I see we got 23 people in here. Smash that like
50
button.
likes. 50 likes.
Well, you know what? We already at 30, so it's supposed to go down.
We need 20 likes then. 20 likes. Ladies in the chat, shirt comes off. And I would change the screensaver for the gentlemen. And the ladies, by the way, because I meant to say this. Let me make something clear. When I put those things up there, it's not just for the guys. It's for everybody who enjoys the beautiful goddesses of the planet. You understand? That's what that's for.
Yes,
you understand?
Yes, sir.
So, but you know, as far as me, you know, if you enjoy seeing your boy with a little, you know, the guns out, funds out type of deal, I'll do that for you too.
The 20-inch pythons, brother.
That's right. That's right.
Justin Brumman is in the house. He says, "Sup? What's up, man? I see you right here. Got your hoodie on. Got your little cap on. Looking fly." Peter's in the house. He says, "Hey, LJ and the Majinai, how are you? We're doing absolutely wonderful since you're here. Thank you, sir." Apollo Patriot. I already said his name. JBM couldn't be better. Hold on. I said hey to you. Well, hi. Couldn't be better. Thanks for the reply. John, he says, "Yo, sup? What's up, John? Glad you're here. Your boy Sheen. Hey, imagine that. Look at my boy, your boy Sheen. Who did he remind you of right here? Who did that remind you of?
A little bit like a cross between Tupac and Spike Lee. Like you put
That's
like a
Spike
little
Lee.
bit. You put them together.
That's Spike Lee from his very first movie he directed, bro. And remember, he used to be in the Michael Jordan commercials too.
She gotta
have it.
Yeah,
and remember, he was like that in the Michael Jordan commercials too. Shout out to my boy, your boy Sheen. I'm loving your style, brother. I want to dress like that when I grow up. You know what I'm saying? You my inspiration. Peter is in the house. We got Hardball in the house. He said, "Yeah, dog." That's what I'm talking about. Toxic masculinity, doing great. He got the Anna picture where she was frozen. Anna been on this show before. We had fun. Let me see where everybody at. We got John Cena up in the house. He said, "If you hate Snyder Cut, you ain't black."
Oh boy.
That was what Joe Biden said, bro.
I know what he said. I've been checking that out. Like, Joe, why you say that, man? Come on. You put your foot all the way up your behind. All the way up there.
What's so crazy? Just the crazy thing about it, they still gonna vote for him.
Of course.
Still gonna vote for him. Lord Bravery, he said, "Couldn't be better now that we achieved the victory. We achieved the victory. That's what it's all about." And I got a little secret for you guys. I talked to Andy Signor tonight, and things didn't turn out the way you thought it might. We're going to speak on that later, too. Stay tuned. We got Beck Dan in the house doing well on the nervous seeing AT&T advertising the possible return of Beck Flick. We're going to talk about that. Billy Cadis is in the house. Fatal J, Beck Flick coming back. If it's coming back, sign me up, but I'm not too sure about that. We got Drunk 3PO in the house. He said, can Big D talk about his past live stream where he went live but didn't go live because he forgot to hit the button?
Look, okay? I was just having a discussion with Fatal J right before this, but being that you keep bringing it up, okay, why you got to keep putting me out there like that, man, okay? Look, it can happen to anybody. I could have sworn I hit the button. I got distracted, getting into a good conversation, having a good conversation. You understand? A good conversation. And I just didn't realize till we like 15 minutes in that my counter wasn't going. That's all it was. It was nothing. My counter. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm looking like, wait a minute. I says, is my counter not going? Like, what's my counter like? I'm like, oh. And I'm looking in the chat, and people like, is he there? And like, he late. I'm like, why is he saying that? And I'm like, oh, that's what happened. What happened. So, Drunk, listen, I'm just saying. Stop trying to put me on the spot.
Well, D, you better than me, because I done did this 2 times. Matter of fact, I think I did it in a row. I put the StreamYard in the Twitter for everybody to be on the stream.
Oh, so I haven't done that.
Thinking I copy and paste the YouTube video.
You put the whole StreamYard one. How many people came into the chat, though?
Bro, I saw names popping up. I was like, what the freak? Who is these people? I thought they hacked my StreamYard, bro. Shoot.
I haven't done that one yet.
We got 44 people in the chat. Smash that like button because me and Demogenite, we bring the entertainment.
Yes. We balance entertainment. That's what it is. Keeps it a force. Tugs, how you doing?
What's up, Tugs? Tugs, always
big shout to Tugs. Tugs like supports heavy.
Yes, she do. And let me tell you something.
Heavy.
She was on John Talks talking about Snyder Cut, and she was bringing so much heat. I said, man, I started sweating. I said, man, ooh, she bringing the flames. Her and Drunk. Shout out to Drunk. Perry Comments, this is my brother right here. He said, good evening, y'all. Good evening, my brother. We got Mask of Shy in the house. He said, hello, Jay. Let me tell you something, Majina. You know that new cartoon I got in my profile picture?
Yes.
Him.
He did that for you?
Dope.
Oh, nice.
Dope. I'm looking very forward to Mask of Shy of that poster, that Snyder Cut poster you working on, because it's going to be heat. And guess what? I'm going to buy one, sir. 51 people in the chat. Smash that like button, please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Who I sound like? I don't even know. Screen Word Tentacles is in the house. Glad to see you, sir. Gundam Wing Zero. Hail. You know, Demogenite, that's what we need to do next time, too.
What's that?
Talk about Gundam Wing on the anime Gundam.
Oh, Gundam Wing?
Gundam is dope. Not just Gundam Wing, but all of Gundam.
Yeah,
Core
Gundam
Wolf is in the house. He said, what up, Fatal J? What up, sir? We got 187 gaming in the piece. He said, yo. What's up, James Cookson? Flawless victory. When the haters say the Snyder Cut is great, and when it drops, I agree. Man, we got a lot of people on this joint. Thank y'all for coming. Shoot, we got Jedi Luke.
We got
a Kasha in the house.
Wait a minute. We got 71 likes already.
That's what I'm.
Holy smokes! I really appreciate that, and I'm a man of my word. So this means this is gonna happen for y'all. So it's happening right now. It's gonna happen. It happens.
It's going. Miss Teresa Martin, glad you here. Always representing and supporting and doing all that wonderful stuff that make people feel so good about themselves. I'm glad you here. Shoot. We got Kayo Bands up in the house. What's up, Fatal? DC Future don't look good to me. Well, guess what, Kayo Bands? It's looking good to me. And guess what? We're going to be talking about that tonight, about DC Future. We're going to be talking about how the haters out there hate the Snyder Cut, but still going to watch the Snyder Cut, which makes me believe this will be the biggest movie in 2021. Now, I got something more to add to that. I talked to Andy Signor. I talked to him, and the results of that is totally different than what you think. He was on Ryan's Kendall show, and me and Abu brought the heat. Lethal Lightning brought the heat. Ryan Kendall, he kind of chilled back and played moderator. But, hey, we're going to talk about that a little later because it was dope. Might change your mind about your boy, old Andy. Let's continue. Trey, what you doing up in here? I'm glad you're here. Got the Wakanda. Trey, you let me know, is T'Challa still going to be Black Panther in the next movie? Let us know. Johnny Jalapeno is in the house. Man, we getting busy up in here. We got my boy J.N. with the $2 super chat. J.N., thank you for the love. And J.N. with the $2 super chat. He said, Fatal, respect and props to you, brother. Love you, bro. JN, I love you back, bro. You always supporting the content. You always being cool, always supporting other people. And I can only salute you for that. Thank you so much, sir. You're awesome. Let's see who else we got in here. We got the one Carlos. Glad you're here, buddy. Dang, hold on. That's kind of creepy. Okay, but I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Johnny Jalapeno. We got London Hall up in this piece. We got Nall White up in this piece. Just watch Justice League because you can keep talking about it. And yes, it needs some work with this. It does. It needs some work. Nicotina is in the house. What up, Fatal J? What up, back? What up, back? Young Fresh One is in the house. Much respect, Jay. Good evening. Good evening to you, sir. Look at this right here. This is a funny avatar of I think I'm caught up.
Apollo Patriot, yes, that is exactly what I was doing. I was putting the fine additions to the screen. I said, listen, you get 50 likes, I change the screensaver. I appreciate y'all for doing that, and here's your reward. Ladies, you get this. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I think we might get to 100 tonight. I think we might get to 100 now. The Majinai, my keepers of the Force brother.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to put it like this. I'm going to try to word this right. You don't really care that much for the Snyder Cut and DC and all that?
It's not that I don't care. It's just like it wasn't like my cup of tea. Like, I'm not, I appreciate what y'all did. I appreciate the passion behind it and everything.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not like I was following it like that. You know what I'm saying? I seen what was happening, and big shouts to Abu Nas for getting shouted out by AT&T. That was dope.
Wasn't that dope?
That was dope.
And see, I don't understand why people are going crazy and hating, because isn't this what everybody want? They want the people to be recognized by these big giant companies, not AT&T, not and not AT&T. They're listening to the people, and people are still not satisfied, bro.
Exactly.
Sure. Yeah. And I really enjoyed the talk on John's Talk channel. Did you peep that with Drunk?
I missed that. I missed that one, but
they were bringing up some cold points about how the Snyder Cut is just like the Phantom Menace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because just picture if Phantom Menace Star Wars fans got that reboot of Episode 7. Do you know how much that would change the game, bro?
If you got actually forget about that. If you got the George Lucas cut, because the one that was supposed to have been put out, if we got that would be kind of gangster.
Got the George Lucas cut, bro.
Yeah.
But man, hey, I'm telling you, bro. This
What's up, Mads Mama Bear?
Mads in here?
Yeah, she here. How you doing?
What's up, Mads? What's up, Nikki Freak? Glad you're up in here. Showing support. Adega is in this piece. He says, Beto. But this is the main topic of tonight, what we're going to be talking about. You got a lot of Snyder Cut haters out there.
I've been seeing the stuff that's been going through the back chats. You understand?
Bro.
It's been a little crazy. I haven't been following like that because listen, like I said yesterday, Well, I should say today. But yesterday I got my new toy in, and I was so busy playing around with my new toy that I was completely blanking everything out. And I say you guys, like I said, tomorrow, check out the new video. You're gonna enjoy it. The new toy that I got is definitely for the videos to improve your video experience with Demogeny. By the way, sub to Demogeny. I have 904 subs now. 96 more, and then we're in the game, baby. Then we got to get our watch time up. So you can help me out. See, being that we in that home stretch, put that playlist on and let it rock. You know what I'm saying? You can do that for me. Get the time up for me.
Tuz, if you still in there, please put the Demogeny's channel in there because we need very much so for him to hit 1,000 subscribers. Okay.
Angela Javen, I feel you too, man. I actually been ready to play some Final Fantasy, but you know what I've been stuck on? I've been watching My Hero Academia.
Jeffrey, aka the Watchtower, aka the computer. This dude brain is like a computer, and he can look at the codes that Zack Snyder is putting up, and do. No, he know what he doing. He know the codes. Shout out to Jeffrey. Glad you're here. But this is the main topic of the night. The main topic is this. If you hate Snyder Cut that much, if you hate Man of Steel, if you hate BBS, if you hate everything Zack Snyder stands for, why the freak would you go out and watch the movie? Now, I'm going to tie this in with Phantom Menace too. Demogeny. Because we hated Last Jedi. Was we wrong for going to see Rise of Skywalker?
Well, we had to see it. We didn't have to see it. We didn't have to see it, but you know, as for me, this being my part-time job, I had to see it for my, you know, subscribers, you know, to put my commentary on this movie. Had it not been for that, I wouldn't have. I actually probably still would have seen it because I wanted to see what the hot mess was going to end up being. You know. So, but listen, I put it like this here, right? I enjoyed Man of Steel. Like I understand why some people would think that wasn't a particularly good Superman. I could see both sides, but I didn't mind it, right? I liked Wonder Woman. I liked Aquaman, and I also like Shazam. I mean, how many is that? How many did they do total? They did 5 films? Was it? How many did they?
You talking about after Justice League?
I'm talking about since they started doing, you know, the so-called DCEU. What did they do? They had Man of Steel, Batman v Superman.
Yep.
Suicide Squad, Justice League.
Yes.
What was the other one?
Suicide Squad. Then you had Justice League. Then you had and then you had Shazam. Now you had Aquaman.
Yeah, Shazam, Aquaman, and then Birds of Prey. So yeah, 8 films. So he said it. Yeah, 8 films total. So what I say? I like 5 of them. So I mean, there's only 3 of them I didn't like. And I'm not gonna say I didn't like them, and to say they weren't up to par. They could have been better. You understand?
Well, this is the problem though, Demogeny, and you might know this or might not. A lot of people are scared because they said that the DC was moving on. They was moving on from what Zack Snyder was doing, but now a lot of people are upset because they're scared that Zack Snyder is going to interrupt that again because of all the hype. Now, me and you know comic books pretty well. A lot of people believe that Superman and Batman should stay a certain way or a certain personality. But if you look at all the comic books that's out, how many versions of Superman and Batman is there out there?
I mean, in comic land, there's multiverses and all kinds of nonsense going on. So, yeah, you can say there are different versions of people. But I understand, like I said, I understand why people like a classic Superman, because in reality, what makes Batman and Superman a good team is the fact that they're basically opposites. Batman is a dark, brooding type. Superman is the happy, not joyful, but more like when he puts the smile on your face when he comes around. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Yeah.
Superman is supposed to be embody. Like in respects to like Captain America on the Marvel side. That's why I can't stand what they did with Captain America. It's like all right. So this is the one thing I will say about superhero genre period, especially now. This whole thing where they try to deconstruct heroes and bring them down to like a human level. The point of them being heroes is that they're supposed to be symbols of idealized humans and what idealized what's what I'm looking for here, aspirations for people to be. You know what I'm saying? That's what a hero is supposed to be, right? So every hero, like it's like every hero that they put out there is not supposed to be dark and brooding. That's the flaw. And I think and if you take this like on both sides of that, Marvel,
can you see that before? I ain't mean to cut you off, but can you see them Supermans on my screen?
Yeah, I gotta blow up the screen a little bit. Let me see what you got here.
Tell me, can you see multiple Supermans on my screen?
I see just files. That's all I see really.
Okay, do you see multiple Supermans now?
You mean like that one on the corner, the left right hand corner? It's not blown up.
I know, I hate that, man.
It's not blown up.
I know how to show, because I want to show a picture. But keep going, sir.
Yeah, but I was just saying that the on the Marvel side, I think that they try to make everybody too slap happy, and then on the DC side, they try to make everybody too dark and gritty. Everybody's not supposed to be a certain way in that particular type of universe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen it for all the different types of Superman. Yeah.
Now, okay, and you're right. You do have that main staple of Superman, but I thought it was dope that Zack Snyder brought us a different version, because how old is it going to get if you keep giving us that Superman? Now, this is coming from the marginal perspective of somebody that's kind of Snyder cut. So what do you think about that, giving us a different perspective?
Look, again, I got no problem with that. That's what I said. I didn't mind the Man of Steel. I thought it was good. It had a lot of Dragon Ball Z flavor to it, how they was fighting. But the one thing I will say that I understand, like, and I mentioned this before on my show, I understand how some people could say they didn't like the fact that they were fighting in the city and destroying everything. Because even in Dragon Ball Z, Goku always takes the villain out of the city. He always does that. The villain might get a couple of pot shots here and destroy a couple of buildings, but at the end of the day, Goku always gets the villain out of the city so he can fight them to his best ability. That part I understand.
Yeah.
And in that respect, I can see that would be the one flaw of Man of Steel, that and letting his dad die. I can see how people could see why, because he's supposed to be faster than the human eye. It would made a difference if he tried to save his dad. You understand? He could have went. He's faster than a speeding bullet. You can't see a bullet. Can you see a bullet? No. He's faster than a speeding bullet. So for him to go get his dad would have made more sense. So that was kind of dumb. He should have been able to save his dad. He should have been able to.
Hold that thought, because we're going to discuss that. Not famous, thank you for the $2 super chat. PJ, thank you so much. Not famous, $2 super chat. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everyone. Thank you so much.
Happy Memorial Day. I forgot it's Memorial Day weekend. It's so freaking glum and freaking chilly out here too.
I know, because it's now everything is off. This pandemic, I'm telling you, America is not going to be the same ever again. But to answer your question about why he didn't save his dad, now you're right in some sense, because Jonathan Kent should have died of a heart attack. I rock with that. But if you watch Man of Steel long enough to the part where Clark is in the ship with his real dad, Jor-El, Jor-El gave him that cosign, like, now it's time to save everybody. Now it's time for you to save the world. I think Zack Snyder wanted to do a contrast of his earthly dad and his outer worldly dad. You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of people forget that part when Clark Kent was saving Lois Lane out of the Kryptonian ship. And he was talking to his dad, and his dad gave him his pep talk. But I can see your side too, though.
Yeah,
I can definitely see your side. I don't think Superman is dark. I think he is in very dark circumstances. That's a way to look at it too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. When I say dark, I mean it's like I'm obviously comparing to I'm just going blank on his name. Christopher Reeve's Superman, where when he showed up, you had the quirky sound, like he had the smile on his face. He just made you feel, you know. I'm comparing that to this Superman, and I get that. I get they were trying to do a different take in there, right? I get that they were doing a different take, but at the same time, Superman was supposed to have a little hokiness to him. That's all I'm saying. He's supposed to have a little hokiness to him.
Like Cass, he said, "Nah, Batman." Carlos Carvel Superman was a Superman that wanted things to be black and white. He wanted to do good and reject Krypton because of it. The world constantly criticized him and feared him. What could he do? Now, that was a good point. That was a good point because that goes into, remember at the end of the movie, the Majinai, he killed General Zod?
Yes.
Now, everybody.
A lot of people didn't like that either.
A lot of people didn't like that. But I rock with what Zack Snyder said during that stream when he released the Snyder Cut, when he announced it. He said the reason why he killed General Zod because he was choosing humanity and not choosing his Kryptonian race. Now, I thought that was pretty deep.
I get that, but he could have disabled him because essentially when he fought, what did he do to him in the Christopher Reeve's version? He put them back in the Phantom Zone, I believe. Didn't that is that what he did to them?
What?
Did he put them back in the Phantom Zone?
Yeah.
He could have did that. You know,
he put that cool. He put the in the original Superman movie, he did put him in the Phantom Zone.
Yeah,
but he killed Zod and put the rest of them in the Phantom Zone, which is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Rona. And that was Suit's first day at Suit, so he was learning, so it's not a flaw. And that's how I look at it too. Man of Steel was kind of like a learning process, kind of like his first year of being Superman, you know.
Jedi Luke said, "I thought in Superman 2 he killed him too." It has been a long time since I've seen it. It's possible. I forget. I'm pretty sure he put them in the Phantom Zone. I'm not sure. But I think, honestly, to tell you the truth, I think in the comics he did kill them. In like the original comics. He did something. He got rid of Zod, I believe, in the original comics. It's very vague because it's been a very long time since I've seen it.
Now, watch this, Dimaggio. Now, watch this. Now, since we got what we wanted, and I have to exclude Andy Signor. Do you know who Andy Signor is?
Yeah, I know who he is. I know exactly who he is. Yeah, I know who he is.
Well,
I've been hearing everything been going on through the back channel. I've been keeping my ear to the ground, like.
Well,
how Stone Cold say it? What? What?
I told Andy Signor on Ryan's channel. I laced it down. Told him that he was feeding fire to the Snyder Cut movement. He was calling people toxic, just like what else they call toxic? The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, they do a lot.
People don't realize, just like the Phantom Menace, the Snyder Cut movement has given thousands to charities. You know what I'm saying? But I notice now the new trend for everybody since we won the Snyder Cut, since we getting our movie, they're saying we toxic. So I want to know from you, Dimaggio, why do people put that toxic?
They do that because that's their what they call I'm drawing a blank on the actual phrase that it is, but it's pretty much like this. That's like the only thing they can throw at people because they got nothing else. So what's what they say, low hanging fruit? That's the first thing. Oh, you guys are toxic. Which, speaking of, I'm glad you mentioned that because this has really nothing to do with what our topic is, but it does have to do with what you just brought up about people being toxic. So I'm not going to mention this person's name because that's what they like. They want you to mention their name, right? So I did a video a couple weeks ago, right, about about the Raylo fan art, right? Now this is a good compare and contrast to what happens to like what you're saying with the Phantom Menace. So our boy Stephen Waynor, who always does the excellent renditions of what the trash Disney versions of things, and people would lose their minds because he draws girls like looking like women. You know what I'm saying? So they lose their mind when they do that. So I put up a picture of a Raylo fan art where it has, obviously Rey and Kylo, and the way they depicted Rey, she looked younger than what she should look, right? So, but then when Steven draws his characters, he depicts them older than they should look. But he's the one who's problematic. Now I got this person who's getting at me right now, literally. Like I'm not going, like I'm not putting this person's name out there because they want to hit that. That's what they want. They getting at me like, oh, you were, what's the word she used? He or she, I don't know what it is. It's a harassment. Don't harass the artist. I'm like, first off, I never even mentioned the artist's name. I don't know who the artist was who did the Raylo art, and I don't care. I was speaking up for my boy Steve, who always gets dumped on because he draws a character looking like a woman. I'm like, but it's okay for y'all to draw a woman looking like a kid. They don't understand. It's that idiot clown logic that is the same mentality as people going after the Snyder Cut, going after Phantom Menace. It basically what it is it's okay if I do it, not okay if you do it. That's the mentality out there, and that's the biggest problem.
You just nailed my point though, because what I notice now about calling Snyder Cut people toxic, we toxic, but you doing the same thing the toxic people are doing.
Exactly. It's okay if they do it, not okay if you. And look, let's be fair. We got some toxic people in the fandom. It's the internet. Not everybody in the fandom minutes gets on camera. You understand?
Yeah.
So if you're not getting on camera, you can type whatever you want. You understand? See me, I'm on camera because I was doing hip hop shows for longer. So I'm like, what sense does it make for me to not be on camera? You understand? I already been on the internet on camera, so why not? You understand? So when it comes to me, I'm on camera, right? But there's some people out there who not on camera, and it's real easy for you to be, big britches, not on camera, behind a keyboard, just talking smack. Everybody does that. See, that's why when I get at people. If you get at me, I'll come at you, but I'm gonna keep it smooth because I am on camera, and this is a business to me. Let's be straight about that. This is a business to me. So I'm not trying to sit there and playing people sandbox, throwing mud at each other. I'm trying to make moves here. I'm trying to become the Senate. I will be chancellor.
My boy Miguel said there is no Snyder Cut, only a few bad apples like all founders.
Exactly. That's the point I'm just saying. It's dummies all over the place. It's the internet.
You got Christians that's crazy. You got Muslims that's crazy. You got Buddhists that's crazy. You got what's that group they call with the black people?
Nation of Islam?
No, all Black Lives Matter.
Oh,
you got some of them that's crazy. You're not gonna have a group of people where everybody is just freaking perfect.
No, it's not.
I think at the end of the day, what you need to do is just, hey, let me take this L. Yeah. Let me take this freaking L. I never thought this movie was gonna come out.
There you go.
It's about to come out. I took that L. Let's keep it moving. Because I truly believe if you was that type of person, you would get more subscribers, get more fans, whatever. I think it's just time for a lot of people to humble themselves and enjoy a good movie. Because if you keep all that hating up and then you go see the movie, you know darn well you're not going to see the good side of the movie. You're going to hate on it.
Look, I'll be the first to say, Birds of Prey wasn't god awful. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, look, it wasn't god awful." Like I said this before, the bar for bad is Last Jedi. You can be right here, and still not be the Last Jedi. You understand? And that's how I feel about that. Look, I don't have to like every single movie that comes out, and that's the biggest thing. And you can like every movie that comes out. I watch the CW shows. It's my guilty pleasure, okay? I can't help it, all right? I watch Supergirl. You know what? Most of the reason because Melissa Benoist is kind of hot, but that's all right. I still watch it. You understand? Like, but you know, you can like shows that are not good. You know what I'm saying? You can like movies that are good. You can like it. Again, when you talk about something that you like, it's a subjective thing. It's the same thing when it comes to who you are attracted to, which always makes me laugh when you get people, oh, you're objectifying this, objectifying that. But you got to understand, some women like to look at women too. Some men like to look at men. Everybody likes pretty people, okay?
I think some women like to see the more feminine aspect of a character than the manly looking aspect. But Teresa Martin with the 99-cent super chat. Imagine I got my boy Zod right up in here. You know Zod?
Hey, what's up, Fatal J?
What's up? Imagine you know him?
Have not met him. How you doing?
No,
Zod,
how are you?
How you doing? Hello there.
This my boy right here. This my boy.
What's going on, man? Nice to meet you.
Same here. How's everything going?
Oh, man, I couldn't be happier, man. I am living my best life right now, man. This is incredible stuff.
Zod, I want you to tell me, what do you think about these people who can't admit that the Snyder Cut happened, and their new narrative now is that the Snyder Cut people are toxic?
You know what, man? I'm so used to us being called toxic that this to me is nothing new. This is just old hat with a new spin. That's all it is. The new spin that they got going on right now is just them trying to cover up for their mistakes. They're so salty that they lost that they got to find something. They got to find something new to focus on. That's what it is. So now it's like they're twisting it and making it seem like we're all a bunch of evil bastards. Like we're the ones that were attacking them. We're just the fans. We don't have control. The mainstream, they got the control. The mainstream media, they're upset. The colliders and the people like that. They had the studios in their pockets for the better part of a decade, and look at where we are now.
Zod,
they lost money.
My question is, what did they lose though? They acted like somebody took money out their pocket.
Right.
Like, that's the thing that's crazy about it. Like, ain't nobody.
You know what I think is so funny?
You can still go to the store and eat. Like, you can eat. Ain't nobody taking food out your mouth.
You know what I think is so funny? You know what I think is so funny? It was like AT&T finally stepped in and stepped up and said, you know what? Y'all are hemorrhaging money doing all this pandering to these critics and to these people that are not fans. We need to start listening to the fans and start giving them what they want.
I think AT&T saw what happened with Sonic, and they're like, you know what? Let's just see what happens. Look, $20 million for them ain't that much. When you talk about billion-dollar corporations, you understand? And,
exactly.
They probably, you know what? It's $20 million. Look, and $20 million, right? They can lose triple that. They put out a bad movie. How much they lost on Birds of Prey? Think about that, right? You know what I'm saying? So $20 million profit. Essentially, because you got so many people who want this movie, same thing. Because they probably they're looking at Sonic. Okay, Sonic. I don't know how much they did on reshoots or whatever. But let's just say, for argument's sake, they spent $50 million. Didn't Sonic break $400 million? I think it did, right? Something like that. So that $50 million investment gave you that much gain. You understand? So I think they're looking at it like, you know what? It's $20 million. It can't hurt. It can't be worse than us losing money. You understand? So I think that's what they're doing.
And they're definitely, you know what? And you're right. And they know they're not gonna lose money. There's too much to gain here. Just look at Twitter right now, for example. AT&T is getting so much positive coverage because of this. The fans are loving it. We're all eating it up. AT&T is engaging positively with the fans. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen from a corporate company. I've never seen nothing like this at all.
And guess what? The same freakers would turn around and talk about another movie and say this. Why they're not listening to the fans? They are listening to the fans now, so why are y'all hating?
Exactly.
Bro, this has never happened in human history, I don't think, when it comes to Hollywood.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. 100%.
I think Sonic was the door that cracked the door open, and now you're going to see that happen more. Because here's the thing. Here's another thing you got to remember: the CV has definitely changed the way you're going to make money now. You understand? And when I say CV, I mean a Rona. So it has changed the way that people are going to make money. So these studios got to be like, I'm noticing that things like Terminator Dark Fate, Charlie's Angels, Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, these movies weren't making us money like they should. Even Star Wars didn't make the money that it should have. You're talking about the end of the Skywalker saga, Palpatine saga. Didn't make it. They always
that movie. Not to cut you off, but that movie, that like being the end of the Skywalker saga, that movie should have made them $5 billion easily.
I believe that too.
It should. It should have did what Endgame did for Star Wars. Because remember, Marvel Cinematic Universe is only 10 years old. Star Wars is 43 years old, right? It's same age as me, but it's about 43 years old, right? So I'm like, you got 43 years of people who fed into this machine, and you got $1.2 billion, and you had a franchise that's been out for 10 years making $2.7 billion. Come on, it's not adding up. You understand? And
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go Prime. Go Prime.
What I was going to say is that I'm going to chime in on that Star Wars statement that you just said. You're absolutely right about longevity when it comes down to Star Wars, but you also have to understand this as well. Creativity and word of mouth does come into play.
This is true.
Because once Disney gained the property, even though you have a lot of fan base pertaining to that genre, you have to remember, even though it was bad, you got to remember, if you keep on, I wouldn't say it was bad, depending on the person, but particular individuals, if they feel that the product is bad, if you keep on putting out a bad product over and over and over again in their estimation, then you're going to start to decline. So you have to look at it like that. Now, that's why I say a lot of those Star Wars titles, they were highly diverse. For example, a lot of people didn't like Rogue One. I like Rogue One.
Rogue One was actually their better ones. It was one of their better ones. Right.
But a lot of people didn't like it. And just like, for instance, like Last Jedi, a lot of people were disappointed with Last Jedi. It's very critical. Now, I liked the Last Jedi. I didn't have a problem with it. But a particular the fandom or a particular audience, they get turned off by certain things easily. Some get turned off more than others. So that does come. It's just like a business. If you do something bad and it's trending, you have people that are real petty like that. They're not going to go see your product. They're not going to purchase it. They're not going to even touch it. So
take notes, Sony.
But Prime, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that but you have a lot of haters out there of the Snyder Cut who's still going to see the movie, and then once the movie come out, they're going to talk about it and say it was a bad movie. So who gets more respect here? Is it the person who hates it so much they don't go see it, or the person who hate it, watch it, and then say it was a bad movie?
Actually, it's both.
Well, one thing I will say this is one thing, me being in the retail environment and being management in retail all the time. One of the things they tell you a lot in like your manager courses and everything is and one of the reasons why, like, if you go to a store and 99% of the time, short of it being completely ran over, destroyed, most retailers would take back anything. You know why that is? It's not because they're really trying to, whatever, because there's certain things that that you're not supposed to take back. Like, it's just like, come on, why are you taking it back? They do that because they know if that one person goes and starts complaining, that complaint turns to like 4 to 5 people, as opposed to when you give somebody a good product, sure they can say, "Oh yeah, this place is good," but think about this: you get good service on the anywhere, a restaurant anywhere. You know how you get those little surveys, whatever. And so yeah, do the survey.
Exactly.
How many of you actually do them surveys? How many of you actually do them surveys again? Nah, I don't. I never do them surveys.
I don't do a survey. It depends on how petty the individual is.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Take that same scenario, get bad service. You don't need a damn survey. What you gonna do? Oh, F that place. Don't let it go. Don't, and that goes quicker. That's what happens. So that's why. That's one of the reasons why you will see, you know, the negative stuff kind of gets a little bit more push than the positive stuff. And perfect example of that is Joker, because Joker, they kept saying, "Oh, Joker's just bad, it's bad, terrible thing." And guess what happened? It made $1 billion, made over $1 billion.
You know what? And I want to add to what you're saying there about Joker. I think Joker is what finally was the last straw for AT&T and Warner Brothers. That was it. It was like, look, we done tried to follow all you people, again, all the colliders, all those types of groups, and we tried to follow you. And this is what you did. You tried to kill our movie. You literally tried to dismantle it piece by piece, tying it in with mass shooters and all kinds of other BS. Enough is enough. We don't want to be tied to that, especially with what happened during, the Dark Knight Rises.
And the crazy thing about the Dark Knight Rises, that dude wasn't even about the Joker. He wasn't just like the Joker. Right. He just went in there. He went into that movie because there was a lot of people in it. It had nothing to do. He was just trying to do the most damage. It had nothing to do about Batman or the Joker.
They tried to tie to the Joker.
Exactly.
This motherfucker had red hair.
Yeah, he had nothing to do with the Joker.
Green
hair. Right.
Exactly.
Right. They tried to make it seem like he was the real life embodiment of the Joker.
Exactly.
And in reality, it was nothing like that. Y'all, and this is the thing. Warner Brothers is looking at all that, and AT&T is saying, we followed you for the longest time, and it's like we've been cutting off our nose to spite our face listening to you when all we got to do is listen to the fans and we can make money. Critics be damned. That's what finally happened.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say something to everybody, even the ones that's on the stream, because not trying to promote myself, but I just did a very, very intellectual video today, and all I can tell everybody,
y'all go watch it. Prime. Plug Prime channel, please.
I want y'all to watch that. I'm going to tell everybody this, because a lot of people are going to try to take it as a negative, and it's not. There's two things that y'all going to have to praise, and y'all going to have to congratulate. Y'all going to have to congratulate that the stream wars actually happened, and you're going to have to praise that AT&T bought Warner Brothers. That's all I got to say. And all I can say is that as a fandom, and a lot of people are not going to understand this because everybody right now is emotional, and that's fine. I was, but until I clear my head on what was actually happening, I'll just tell y'all this: we are lucky that AT&T actually bought Warner Brothers. We are lucky that the streaming wars are actually happening. Now, the only reason why I say that, y'all can watch the video and it fills in a lot of bit more. But we are lucky as a fandom that these cuts came out. We are lucky, and we are absolutely, not only that we lucky, but it's also going to benefit us in the long run.
Yeah.
So you have to look at it. You have to look at it like this, because the naysayers right now, what they're doing, they really, really butthurt. Because they are so butthurt, they're not looking at the business element of this. They're looking at it as out of their personal interest. Okay, you have to look at it at the business part of what has actually happened. But all the naysayers out there, they're trying to make their own narrative, because for the simple fact is that they want this to be the way that they want it. No, Warner Brothers.
You just said it, bro. You just said it. You just said it.
Right. And with exactly. that, I'm going to let everybody else take the panel, because I'm going to take this food in. But I will say this, and I forgot what I was about to say. All I can say is that, right. They want their own narrative. They want to make everything to the way that they want it to be. It's not going to happen. And to bust their bubble as a fandom. If everybody that's watching this, do not get caught in on this, because majority, and I would say most of all these articles, all these individuals, if it's negative and their information does not add up to what you already know, disregard it. There ain't no point in even talking to them, because they're trying to spread the hate. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody, Jody, I don't have a problem with Jody. When I saw his last video, he making himself looking dumber and dumber and dumber. He got those released the Snyder coat shirts or some crap that he got, that he promoting or something like that. You're making yourself look even worse.
Now watch this, Prime. I just talked to Andy Signor on Ryan's Kennel channel. Okay.
Right.
And I told him everything that was on my heart. You know what Andy told me?
What he said?
He said he was in the wrong. He said he's not going to promote the hashtag reject the Snyder Cut. And he said he's going to make it clear to everybody in his next videos that he support the Snyder Cut and he's going to ignore the toxic fans. Now, what do you think about that?
Well, you have to look at it like this. Hold on. You have to look at it for what it's worth like this. That's good that he's trying to... Right.
Thank you, Tug.
You have to look at it like this. It's good that he's trying to save face. Okay? But you also have to look at it like this. He was doing all this stuff for the wrong reasons. Because like I told him, this is the reason why I got blocked. And this is the reason why I told him. He's trying to change face, and that's a good thing. He's trying to do that. But will it stay consistent? That's going to be the question.
Right. I not to cut you off, Prime, but I just want to piggyback on that too, because he blocked me too. And all I did was point out that he needs to come clean and understand that he was wrong and not be so toxic. It's just one of those things that when you try to point out to somebody that somebody's made a mistake, they don't want to hear that. They want to follow what they're following, and that's what it's all about.
Right. Because like when he blocked me, when I tweeted out to him, I was telling him facts. I'm like, look, I'm not discrediting your sources. What I am discrediting is that you're going with what they're saying to you with a green thumb and not doing your due diligence to really, really find the information for yourself. Because when he put that article out, that article was all over the place. It made no sense at all. It made no sense.
There were so many people reporting on his article like it was 100% gospel. Like Warner Brothers hates the Snyder Cut. It's never going to happen. They're mad at Zack Snyder. Do you remember that line in the article? They're mad at Zack Snyder.
Right. With them saying that. You know, with him saying that, yes, he did start a chain reaction. But with that chain reaction, you know, the people that got a brain, not the ones that are the followers, but the people that actually have a brain. Now that this came out and all the actual facts is coming out, that's hurting his brand. He's going to have to change face in a lot of ways. A lot of ways. Will he stay consistent because he is that type of character to be very, how can I say, argumentative? And he likes that type of chaos. It's okay to debate. That's absolutely fine. But when you don't do your due diligence to go ahead and get the proper information and put everything together, get all the facts before you draw a conclusion. Yeah. Because when he put that article out, this is my last say, when he put that article out, everything that he put in that article, guess who put that stuff in that article like a year prior to that? The Wall Street Journal tried to do that.
Yeah, Wall Street Journal torched us.
Right, and that was a lie. So what I'm saying is that you have to really take it for what it's worth. You know, y'all go ahead and do that. I'm gonna still stay in the room, but I gotta give him this food.
All right, thank you for coming. But the thing about it, Andy was still sticking to his guns about what Warner said. And guess what? If Warner did say that, hey, that's on Warner, because now AT&T, they probably don't clear the house, got rid of those people, and said, y'all was some freaking idiots for not acknowledging this big, huge fan base. We're going to put this movie out. But I'm going to keep my eye on Andy, because Andy, he made me a believer that he was going to let everything go, let people know he rock with the Snyder Cut, that he ain't rocking with the reject the Snyder Cut. So we gonna see. Cause I told him, real quick.
I'm sorry. I'm okay, Fader.
Real quick. I told him, I said, okay, you just to gain some people trust. Now, if you flip flop and go back to bashing the Snyder Cut people, I said, man, that wave is going to be huge for you. I said, you got a potential of gaining some understanding and possibly gaining a new audience if you just admit you took that L and keep it moving. Tell me what you think, Zard.
Well, what I'm thinking is he probably sold out of those Reject the Snyder Cult T-shirts. That's what I think it is. Those shirts sold out because all of him and Jody's followers were pimping those shirts like they were hotcakes, and now now it's like he realizes he's got to change his narrative because he's tired of all the backlash that he's been getting because the backlash isn't working. Jody seemed like he don't care. He's saying that all, Snyder cultists should be raped in a dark alley. So to me, it's two sides. There's two sides.
That man, you got to say stuff like that. Again, my point being is like, is the money coming out of your pocket due to
right?
This? I'm just,
that's what I'm wondering.
Look, don't get it twisted. Look, and I don't. Anybody who likes The Last Jedi, that's fine. I don't like it. The only time I talk about Last Jedi is if I see an article of people talking smack again. That's when I start talking about The Last Jedi. Or I need to compare and contrast, something, right? But other than that, I'm not going after fans who like it. I go after the media. I go after the media who keeps portraying the fandom menace in a bad light. That's who I go after. Particular fans, that's not who I go after. Like I punch up. I don't punch down, okay? And like that one meme is out there that says strong people hold people up. They don't put people down. That's how Darth Vader holds you up.
RBO Nation with the $5 super chat. Orville says Spader has become the dopest YouTuber around. No, I haven't, because these guys are more doper than me. He said now we just got to get him backdrops like Damach and I has.
That's nice. That's nice.
He just likes my ladies. That's what
nice.
he likes.
I gotta agree on Fatal. You are dope as hell, bro. You are dope for real, man.
No, I'm not, man.
100%, man. You are like you are dope, and you come on your channel, and you're always so fair to everybody. It's beautiful, man.
But that's the way it should be.
Yeah, because I understand
yes.
everybody got opinions, bro. Everybody got opinions, and that's what make this planet so dope. Because guess what? If we was all walking around to buy, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, he's cool too. Yeah, she's cool. Everybody is cool. You know what I'm saying?
Real dull, then it really would be. That's why there's different. There's many different fruits in the planet. Many things to partake in. That's what it is.
McKinney, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I'm Mr. Vegeta gut checked you, my friend.
That's one of my favorite clips you got. I love that. He punched him so hard he stopped the screen.
McKinney, thank you so much. Thank you so much, McKinney. This is a common trend going on right now. And to be honestly, it's nothing new. They are afraid of coming to terms that they were wrong. And what do? They continue to double down. McKinney, thank you for hitting the nail on the head, because do you realize people have more respect for you if you just say, hey, I was wrong and I want to move on? People will respect you so much more. But we got 2 minutes left on Keepers of the Force. We just go around in a circle, and I want everybody to give me their final thoughts, starting with Prime.
Oh,
he's like, wait, what?
Hey, I didn't know you was closing out so fast. Oh,
yeah, we do an hour show. It's an hour show.
Oh, well, everybody that's out there, look, everybody is happy. Everybody is emotional. That's a good thing. Everybody has came together. all this stuff is coming into fruition, and do not pay attention to none of all these naysayers and all these crazy articles, because like I said, they got their narrative just to spread stupidity, anger, just confusion across the board. All the information is out there. If you go out there and find it, and you do your due diligence and look for it, and you really want to know what's going on, it's out there. All you got to do is get in contact with the right individuals. Trust of us. It's so many of us in the movement. We don't have a problem to tell you if you don't know. That's not the problem. So, hey, it is what it is. You know, you got everybody. So, hey, but I'm Prime. Y'all can hit me up on Twitter. Y'all can hit me up on my channel or whatever.
Dope.
So, and from there, you know, and I appreciate everybody that's out here in the movement, and, you know, and community is the thing for me. So, you know, that's it for me.
Czar Ryder, it's on you.
Well, first of all, I just want to say, I want to just say that was great. That was great, Prime. You are awesome too, bro. I mean, you come with it, and you're speaking the truth. And I have to agree 100%. I think that now is the time to be happy and to be excited for what's coming. You know, ignore the bullshit and focus on the future. That's what we need to do, because 2021 is right around the corner. And these naysayers, they can talk all the crap they want, but at the end of the day, we know they're going to be right there with us watching the stuff. So, hey, it's all good now.
And, bro, that's how I know this movie is going to make a ton of money, because you got masses of haters still going to support this movie. So regardless, you still supporting Zack Snyder's creation. You know, usually people, when they hate something, they say, no, I ain't rocking with that. I'm not supporting that. The haters are going to support this movie. That's mind-blowing. Demogenai is on you.
Yes, I hope the movie is good. I will check it out. And gentlemen on the panel, you had a request from Mad's Mama Bear, so I'm gonna have to ask this question. Gentlemen, you win the Mega Millions. $900 million. $900 million. What do you do with it? Go.
Prime, you go first. Did you hear the question?
No, I didn't hear it. What was the question?
If you win the Mega Millions,
Prime over there eating hard.
He's not even listening to us. If you win the Mega Millions, and we're not talking about the chump change, we're talking $900 million. What do you do?
What do I do? That's a very good question.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good question. Well, since I am more responsible than most out here, first thing is that you take that money and you don't splurge. You take that money, you get the actual necessities. You get you a nice home, you get you a nice car, you get you clothes, you get your insurance and stuff right, clear up some bills. You take all that, take care. If you have children, you take that. You take care of some of your family members, your prime family members, not the ones that be like, oh, gimme. No, not them fools. You take care of your parents and your siblings. That's it. Everybody else, you put them aside. Don't worry about them. And the rest of your money, you can go on a vacation and put the rest of that money up and let it build. Let it stack up. If you want to do some investments, gladly do so. Be smart with it. But if you got that much money and that's what you get all the stuff that you want. Don't just blow it on dumb stuff like getting $1 million chain. That's stupid.
Nobody does that. Nobody does that in real life.
Yeah, they do. Like, I'll give you an example. Tekashi 6ix9ine. You spend $1 million on a chain.
Yeah,
like, dude.
That's not real life. I don't consider that real life.
I know that's not real life. But what I'm saying
real
is
life.
that's what I said. You don't do dumb stuff with money. You do stuff that you want. Be responsible with it. If you want to have fun, you do with it. But you get all the main necessities. You take the rest of that money. Put that stuff up. Invest it, a little bit investing. And then once you do that, you set. Let that money build. Let it gain interest. You ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah. Zard, what would you do?
I believe in feeding the hungry. I believe in donating to charities that need the money. For me, if I won that kind of money, I think I would be one of those philanthropists, man. I would be out there trying to help make the world a better place. Now, don't get me wrong. I agree that, about saving your money and taking care of yourself and your family. That's number one. That's first and foremost. But as far as having an obscene amount of money, I want to help as many people as I can if I get rich like that, man.
That's dope.
That's good. That's
dope.
good. And by the way, I would agree with you, Prime, that I just recently I was able to pay off a credit card bill. I'm very happy about doing that. It feels good to get rid of a credit card bill.
Amen, bro.
Oh,
Amen.
trust me, man. I tell people, because it's like once you get rid of your debt, you feel so much better once you get out of debt.
Oh,
And then
about
once
6
you
years
build
ago,
credit-
I had zero debt. I got laid off and I had to use credit cards. So, that's how you start building back up that debt nonsense again. But, I had to buy a new car. So I still got, car payments still. But I got rid of one credit card. I got one left. So that's where we at right now. So I understand totally what you're saying. Get rid of those bills first.
Get rid of the bills and you establish your credit, man. Your credit is what actually is the main thing, because a lot of people don't know this. Companies don't care about your money. They don't care about that. People think they care about your money. They don't care about that money. If you got good credit and your FICO score and your credit is up to par, you can get anything you want. That's a discussion for another day. I've learned so much from actually with finances and doing investments and learning what
bro.
the credit.
Because my credit score is almost. You right, bro. My credit score is almost an 800, bro. I'm just to give me a crib, bro.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If your scores are my score is 7. So my if your score is like super high and you maintain that, you're gonna watch that. Because put it like this, you could be dead broke. Let's just say if you dead broke and you got a plan but you need some money. How do you think people that you be thinking that people don't have stuff? How you think people be going on trips? How you think people get these houses? How you think people get this stuff? It's not because they got the money. It's their credit. It's their credit. They will get a loan. A bank will gladly give you a loan. It's not about what you got in the bank. If they know your credit is good and you got good history, your score is tight and all that stuff like that, and they see it, you ask for about 50 G's, trust me, they'll give it to you. You could pay that off. And people thinking just by paying it off the whole way. No, man, you could pay that 50 G's off. $5 here, $10 here, $1 here, $20 here. When
as long as you got a good APR, you could basically do that. As long as you got a good,
you could do
your interest rate is not crazy, and that's actually where the credit score comes in, is having if you have a good credit score, your interest rate will get lower. Which is crazy when you think about it. Like you would think the better your rating, the lower your interest is. The worse your credit, the more your interest is. It seems like a vicious plan, but that's how they get you.
That's how they get you, bro.
Yep.
Imagine that. I want you to answer this question for me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Where will Keepers of the Force be next week?
Keepers of the Force will be on the Marginalized channel next week. What will we be doing? We're not going to have little strippers in the place, because that's what we have on Fatal J's channel all the time. He always has strippers here. I'm waiting for the damn strippers, Jay. Where's the strippers?
They coming, bro. They coming.
But anyway, next week it will be 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Central, and that's 6:30 p.m. on the West Coast. So be there or be square. And what do we do? Do we vanish right now? Are we vanishing?
We vanishing right now, and before we vanish, I want to tell everybody in the chat, thank you so much. We got 73 people up in here. Thank you for the people that sent donations to the channel. Trust me, your donations don't go in vain. I just bought me a mic for my videos when I shoot videos, and that's because of the super chats, and that's because of the Patreons. Thank you so much. And Demajinai, what does a ninja say when he leaves a channel?